So most sales teams that are doing cold outbound on the phone think they're tracking cold calling outcomes, but they're not. What they actually have for themselves is a to-do list. So because of that, the outbound data really is lying to them. And if I explain in a bit more detail, this might help frame it. So common dispositions that appear all the time are like, I'm in a meeting, call back later, or left voicemail, wasn't available now, but requested a call back. And they feel useful, but they're not dispositions. They're just notes or reminders or admin tasks for the rep. And they help sales reps remember what to do next, but they ultimately tell the business nothing about what's actually happening. So what we want to do is recognize task management, what I do next, versus disposition reporting, what signals did I just get? So if your dispositions don't give you insight, you can't diagnose targeting or messaging or timing. So what a real disposition set look like, they help you capture bias signal, not rep activity. And I'll give you a few now. So the obvious is meeting booked, activated prospect. They're either interested, intrigued, showing intent. We can check out not now, not me, please remove me, not me, it's somebody else in my company, I'm not interested. And then finally, do not contact. Now, these aren't labels, they're diagnostic categories. So let's work from the bottom up on the negative. So DNC, do not contact. This is absolutely compulsory. It's for data compliance. Do not contact the person. Remove them from all lists. There is no debate. If they're not interested, this one is often wasted. So don't just log that they weren't interested. When you're on the call, try and capture why. Were there objections? Was it irrelevance? Were they having a bad day? This is really where message and positioning problems show up quite a lot. If someone says, not me, remove me, then you've reached the wrong person. They're not involved and they can't refer you. Well, that usually means that your targeting persona, if this is persistent, is wrong, that your lists are off, that the data quality is poor. And this is a targeting problem, not a calling problem. Then you might get, it's not me, I'll refer you. And this is different. So that individual might not own the problem that you're trying to solve, but they see value and point you to someone else. So there's two insights here. Your persona might be adjacent and not exact, or it's an organic route into the buying group, but don't treat it as a dead end. You may want to keep that person in the loop. Then we look at not now. So timing is always an issue, but why? And again, keep the reps asking questions, even if it's a not now excuse. Seasonality, budget cycles, internal priorities. If we're not capturing the reason on the call, we can't further analyze and improve timing or a follow-up strategy. So activated, we mentioned earlier, this is where real selling happens. So somebody's interested, they're intrigued, they're showing intent. These aren't the same thing. This is about building trust. It's about adding value to that group, nurturing and not pushing them. So really we want to slow things down and keep hold of them and work with them over a period of time. And then lastly, meeting booked does what it says on the tin. But what we need to make sure within that call is the meeting that is on the calendar. Do we know why they're turning up? Who else needs to be in the meeting? Have they confirmed their attendance? Because if it's just a meeting on the calendar without context, it's probably not that effective. So what we see is a lot of dispositions are just built for convenience for the rep, but leaders need insight. And you can have both, but just not in the same field. And the more vague your dispositions are, the easier it is for reps and harder it is to prove anything else. So if you're doing outbound on the phones, here's what you can do next. Separate your tasks from your dispositions in your CRM or your dialer. Then reduce your dispositions to signals that you can act on. Point 3 is to review a week of calls and say, well, what does this tell us about our targeting, our timing, and our messaging? And if you can't answer that, your dispositions need work. So if this resonates, go and look at your CRM, find the weirdest dispositions you've seen. Or if you want the exact structure we use, I'll share it below in the comments. So the goal isn't better reporting, it's ultimately better decisions. And there are lots of people out there that will be using these dispositions. Lots of my friends, peers, colleagues are big advocates of this setup. So this certainly isn't invented by me, but it is very, very good practice. And I highly recommend you have a look at implementing this into your outbound functions today.